Welcome back to another MECH 1000 video. This video should be pretty short. I just want to share with you a feature here that is mentioned in your chapter 6 of the textbook, and that is snap tracking. So snap tracking is an option that can be turned on or off. Its icons down here in this bottom right tray. And I have had it on the entire time. Actually, it looks like all the videos I've made prior to this point, I've just had it turned on. And your workstation may or may not have it turned on. If it's not turned on, go ahead now and turn it on, and I'll show you how this is useful. So the simplest example I can think of to show how this would be helpful is if you're drawing, say, a rectangle with straight lines. You're not using the rectangle command. And although I've got my snap mode turned on, let's turn my snap mode off, actually. Let's say I didn't have my snap mode turned on. And so I've drawn the line across the bottom. I drew this vertical line along the side. I want to come back and draw the top line. Now, I want to get this line to be the same length as the bottom one, right? So I don't want to draw it too long or too short. Because I have this snap tracking turned on, what I can do is I can come down here and touch this endpoint with my cursor. I'm not clicking on it, just touching it. And then as I move my cursor up from there, you can see a dashed green line shows up. Somewhat similar to polar tracking, which I also have turned on right now. What the polar tracking does is when I get close to, let's see what my settings are right now. I've got it set to 90 degrees. So that just means if I'm close to horizontal or vertical, that green line appears and allows me to snap to that green line to make sure that the line I'm drawing is perfectly horizontal. So with the combination of both polar tracking and snap tracking turned on, I can come down here and touch that line and then bring my cursor up from there. And when I get to that point, that intersection between a perfectly horizontal line and a line that comes up vertically from the end point of that bottom line, I can click and then come straight down and click and finish my rectangle. And so that's nice because it makes it so that you can draw that top line the exact right length. You can line it up with this line below. So you don't have to trim it or extend it or anything like that. You just get it right the first time. And so I'm sure there are lots of other situations where this snap tracking comes in handy. That's just the simplest example I can think of off the top of my head. But it's something that I would just go ahead and leave on. It doesn't really interfere with any other options. Will you use it all the time? Maybe not. But occasionally it is useful, and so I would just go ahead and turn it on and leave it on. So there you go. There's snap tracking. I would recommend leaving that turned on. You may find it's pretty useful.